Okay, so here's a quick tutorial video on how to set up our 2023 Heartland Torque holiday trailer. First off, once you've put the trailer into place and it's still connected to your truck, this is your control panel. First thing you want to do is hold both the up and down buttons until you see that green light turn on. Once the green light turns on, you'll want to lower your jacks until they are about 8 inches from the top. This part here where the pin slides out of has to be about 8 inches below from the top. You do that by clicking up on the keypad. Once it's at that 8 inches, you can pull the pin and drop the jack the rest of the way down on both sides as far as it'll go until you can slide the pin in. Once that's done, you can lower the jack more until it lifts off of your truck and you can pull your truck out of the fifth wheel. Once your truck is disconnected from the trailer completely, you go back. Well, before you come back to the control panel, you'll want to make sure that you put dunnage underneath all 6 of these jacks. There's 2 in the very back, 1 on either side, and then also 2 in the middle, 1 on either side. And the reason for that is because when it's leveling itself out, it will extend itself to the point where it can't extend itself anymore, and it won't be able to level itself out. When you put the dunnage underneath there, it has more play and it'll level itself out better. Also, you'll want to make sure your slides are actually in while this is happening, and you don't want anyone inside or touching the trailer at all, because any movement with the trailer will mess with the gyroscope and it will not level itself properly. So once the dunnage is underneath the jacks, you can come back to here and click this button, auto level. When it starts auto leveling, the green light will start blinking. You'll notice it'll usually lift itself in the front first a little bit. And adjust itself right to left. And then the back jacks usually go down first. And after it has the back jacks adjusted, it'll come to the middle and start lowering those ones. You'll notice I don't have dunnage here because I'm curious to see if it'll work or not. I'd like to show you the faulty signal that happens sometimes when you don't have the dunnage underneath the back jacks. And the reason why you want to lower your front jacks at least 8 inches before you start the auto level system is because sometimes it will need to lower the front rather than lift it. And if you don't have a gap between the pin and the top of the trailer, it won't be able to lower itself and it'll send the faulty signal right away and you won't be able to get it leveled. You'll notice as long as it's working, this green light will continue to blink. So now it's adjusted the back and front jacks. Now the middle jacks start coming down. It might work this time without dunnage, but it definitely doesn't always work. The dunnage for the trailer you'll find all in the side compartment. Will either be on this side here, where we have it placed right now, or it might be on the other side in the storage area. Okay, so I didn't put dunnage underneath the jacks, so the jacks have extended up to the point where they can extend, but it was not far enough. So when you come to the front control panel here, you'll see that this light is blinking green, or I mean blinking red. When it's blinking red, that means that usually there wasn't enough room for the jacks to come out more, so that's why you put the dunnage. But you can also see what the error code is. If you come to this side of the trailer, there's a little screen, and if you click the button, the screen should turn on, and you can hit leveler, and then you can see what the fault was. So fault out of stroke. That means that the trailer was the jacks were not able to move far enough down to adjust the trailer to the right level. When that happens, you come back to the front control panel and you click hitch height. Oh, you click both the top and down buttons first. Sorry, I forgot. When you see this light, that means that it was not able to level itself. There was a fault. You didn't put enough dunnage underneath the back, or the trailer was leaning too much forward, or you didn't have these jacks far enough down. Then you have to come to this control panel on this side of the trailer. You'll have to turn it on first by clicking this button here, and then you'll see an option for leveler. You click that, and then that'll bring you to this screen. And so it shows you what the fault was. In this case, it says out of stroke. Press OK to acknowledge. Out of stroke means there was not enough room for the jack to come down completely. There was no dunnage underneath the jacks. So you can hit OK. Then after you hit OK, you could control it from here, but we'll just go back to the front. You'll see the light has turned back to solid green. You just hit hitch height, and it will bring the trailer back to the position it was in before you started the auto level process. Now, I won't show you it again, but you could put the dunnage underneath the back jacks, and then you hit the auto level, and it would level itself out, and then you're good to go. You bring the slides out, finish setting up the trailer, and then you're camping. When you're done camping, you pack everything up, you bring the slides back in, and then you hit the hitch height button again, and that will retract all the back jacks first and bring the trailer back to the position it was in when you disconnected your truck. So you should be able to just back your truck back up to the trailer, connect to it, and then you can come back to this control panel and just hit retract all. When you hit retract all, that'll bring the front jacks up as well as the back jacks, whatever else was left on them, and then you just pull those pins, slide the jacks up, close the pins, and you should be good to go. So now I'll show you where the slide buttons are. This is the big main slide right here. That one. That one is controlled from the outside of the holiday trailer. And this side compartment here. Here's a button. In, obviously in, and out is out. If you come into the trailer, you'll want to make sure before you put the slide out, if you've loaded stuff into the trailer while you're traveling, that there's nothing behind the slide area before you start sliding it out, because it'll get caught and you could damage the trailer. And also, when you're bringing the slide in, when you're done camping, just make sure there's nothing, for example, like that garbage can. It can't be there because that slide will come all the way in up to that point and will crush whatever's sitting up against that wall. You can see that garbage bin's a little bit bent because I figured that out the hard way. The slides for the bedroom are controlled from here. This is, I'm going to turn on the light so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. So the slide for the bedroom, there's 2 of them. These are to control the bedroom slides. Now keep in mind, the bedroom bed, turn on the light here, the bedroom bed has to be folded up completely like that before it will allow you to put that slide or this slide in. To move that, there's a button on the wall here that will bring the slide out or the bed out, and then if you press retract, that'll bring it in. And only once the bed is fully in does the slide retract in as well. To operate the generator, you would come to this panel right here. This is for the Cummins generator. You just hold the start button, and you can't hear it very good from inside, but it'll blink like that. Once it's solid, the generator is running. While the generator is running, you can control at least one of the AC units, possibly 2. I'm not sure, it depends on how cold it is outside. And then, yeah. See, now it kicked on. AC started running because it's on the full power. To kill the generator, to turn it off, you just hold the stop button. And it will shut off. Now, let's say that the generator is out of fuel and you want to be able to use one of the outlets to charge your phone or something along those lines. You can use the battery. I wouldn't recommend it because it does drain a lot of the power very quick. But if you click this AC mode right here, this is for the inverter. You click that and it will turn on the inverter and start powering all the appliances in the trailer just with the battery power. But like I said, it will drain it quickly, so we recommend that you don't use that unless if it's for an emergency. You do have your hot water heaters here and your water pump. If you're dry camping, that's the button for your water pump. That'll pressure the system up. You'll be able to use water that way. This is your gas hot water tank, and this is your electric hot water tank. Electric hot water tank I would not use unless if you're hooked up to 50 amp power. Could possibly use it on 30, but you might flip the breaker. To use the JBL sound system, here's your power button. Once the power is turned on, you can choose what you're listening to. FM radio, you click this to change what setting you're on. Auxiliary 1, auxiliary 2. The auxiliaries are in here if you want to use auxiliary. There's also an optical option. I don't know if that's in there. I don't know how to hook that up. HDMI. There's an HDMI option in here if you want to have your TV hooked up to the home theater system. You can do that as well. And then Bluetooth is right here. To connect to Bluetooth, you just set it to Bluetooth. You should be able to find it on your device, and then start streaming. And you can choose what zones you play. So zone A, which is showing right now, is the main kitchen area. If you hit B, you will turn on zone B as well, which is the toy hauler area in that back room. And zone C is outside. The speakers outside of the trailer as well. Oh, on the other side. Can't see them. I'll show you. There's a light switch down here for that, and lights here as well in case you want like some lighting. All kinds of different ways to accent light the trailer. There's also lights down here. Kind of sets the mood a little bit. Okay, that about sums up my tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, Ashton, or my wife, Jose. The numbers will be on the book that we sent with the trailer. Other than that, enjoy your stay.